Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders. Thanks to Sportsbet, I'm Roy, Coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And Calvin.
Coach of Calvinator.
Round 13.
Yes.
In the can.
Yeah.
King's birthday. It's been a long weekend because footy started on Thursday night all the way through to Monday. We are recording this on a Monday night, so it's messing with our mojo a little bit.
A little bit out of whack.
Dog, look, you know how I struggle.
Lockout's just lifted. So
I struggle to be present.
Yes.
At most of the time. And you've
The best of times.
You've lugged me in here on a Monday night.
It's a big ask.
Public holiday. I don't know if Dog's paying me any extra.
You don't deserve it.
Too right I don't deserve it, Dog. I've let everybody down this week.
Yes, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We're going to skip over the scores for this week because this time last week there was a conversation about people don't care.
Oh,
what the
that's
scores
right.
are, and I completely agree. So we're going to get straight into the main topics of the week.
No, we're not. You're going to quickly tell us what you scored this week. Can you make it nice and quick? Go, because you were the bottom scorer.
Again?
You are
I think it's only the third time this year.
just a constant disappointment. Have a look at yourself, son. I bet you're happy my voice is back.
1877. Anyway, moving on.
1877.
Moved down bloody 2,500 spots. You're supposed to be moving up during the buys.
Yeah.
The team's supposed to be getting better during the buys. We'll talk about why that happened after. Cow, you were next. You can't be that happy with yourself. Only 60 points more than me. Actually, 59 if you want to be exact.
Yeah, and I slipped as well. Just looking at our rankings here, Dog, there's only like 3,000 spots between them.
Yeah, there's no chance you catch me.
I'll be the judge of that. But Destroy.
I'll officially retire. If that happens,
Yep.
I'll be out.
You wait and see, mate. I'm coming for you.
Do you reckon you can do it?
Oh, yeah. Very confident.
I had 1991.
Okay.
Yeah, so solid, but still dropped a little bit.
Isn't it
Not too
amazing
much.
with a score like that? We only get to have 18 players.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
That's a good
Here we
score.
are
That's the
disappointed.
issue with the week.
We're disappointed with it. It's actually quite a good average across the board.
Yeah.
People did a lot better.
Too right, they did.
They did.
hell
It was
yeah,
a
they did.
round where, well, I guess that's the thing. It was only two teams on the bye.
Yeah.
So teams should be better in round 13. Should have been better in round 13.
That's right.
Because there would have been some that didn't get sucked into a Gold Coast player or a few.
Guilty as charged.
Like there would have been
Surely that
good
pays
teams, good teams out there that have probably only had Tom Stewart on the bye.
True.
Realistically,
And there were some thumping scores from premiums floating around.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The next
And I
2
missed all
weeks.
of those.
Yeah. The next 2 weeks is where it's at. This is Calvin's time to shine.
The next 2 weeks, but more specifically, round 16 is where it's at.
Yeah, but it's a hard week, this one.
It is.
The goodbyes have come and gone, Roy. And now it's time to stand up and be counted.
Like the thing is, you usually hang your hat on at least having one good buy round where you've stuffed up and one is loaded.
Yep.
If I was to have one good one, as far as structure-wise, they're gone. And I still am yet to have a really good one.
Right.
Yeah, there's an issue.
That's not a good sign.
No, it's not.
Anyway, we do have buys coming up. We'll talk about those very shortly, but we better get into this. And I'm mixing it up because I want the pain over and done with.
It was the most disgraceful display I've ever seen.
Because it's just not acceptable.
I made a bad decision.
Tell them what you did, dog.
I bought in a bloke that's 33 years of age.
Yep.
Had about 5 soft tissue injuries already this year. Not just, in his career, like this year. And he scored 52 and got subbed out at three-quarter time.
This made my weekend.
So Daniel Rich gets my -3
When I-
because it was a bad decision.
Is there something
However,
wrong with me?
yes, there is a lot wrong with
When
you.
I
We don't
take
have that long on this podcast.
So much satisfaction when I saw Warnie do his little sook tweet out, Daniel Rich, and I just thought, the Wolves are coming for the dog.
Thing is, I went into it knowing there was a massive amount of risk. A huge amount of risk.
Yeah.
It was a buy-round play to try to get through.
Yep.
3 weeks, mate. That's all you need to do. You're averaging 90 in the last 3.
I don't think he's ever strung 3 games
He was
together.
playing against Hawthorn.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Dog, to me...
it was the worst case scenario.
Yes, it was.
Like, it was actually...
But it was a shin.
It wasn't even soft tissue.
Iced up.
Can't predict.
You know what it was? Shin desmosis.
You know what it'll be? Drop desmosis, I reckon. There's a very fair chance to not be in the side this week, which is actually then another thing that's going to make the schmozzle that it was. Not only getting a bad score, but getting a bloke that didn't look like he was... he wasn't quite there.
No. Roy?
No. Well, just one thing. I've got a question because I know Twitter lit up. With the news of not only Dog getting rich, but Rich going down.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people have been blocked as a consequence for what they did to the dog. Now, given that
They deserved it.
lockout has fallen, the dust has settled, and that sounded to me like an admission that Dog made a mistake.
Yeah, 100%.
Moving forward, will he unblock these people? That is my
Let me
question.
see who's on there.
What if they were right? They were right.
Do you get it in chronological order? Because it's a big list.
You should be able to specify what it was for. Liked a tweet I didn't like about me.
See, that's worse. You're being more passive.
Do you know what? I hate
Passive
those ones.
aggressive.
Yeah, you can't even really reply to that person, can you?
No, because
I know.
that old mate
I've
there
copped
that's
those
doing
ones.
that, they're the ones that are just passively
'Cause
going,
I'm like-
I'm just going to nudge you. I'm going to poke you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they only ever like negative tweets against
Yeah.
you. You remember their little smug heads on the Twitter. You know who they are. And one of them, see ya, mate, you're out. You don't get to witness the Warn Dogs bloody meltdowns on Twitter because I make bad decisions in my
Like,
fantasy
oh,
team.
you like that, did you, mate? But you can't say anything to him. Just can't reply to a like.
Pea nuts everywhere. Anyway, so Daniel Rich gets my -3, but
good
realistically, I get the -3 because I picked him and I made a bad call for the Warn Dogs. It was a risk this was a hitting 6 move, Cow.
No.
But that
Daniel
knocked
Rich
down middle
like
stump.
that.
That is not hitting a 6 with Daniel Rich.
Do you want
mate.
why I did it?
No, I don't.
It was because I was getting rid of a red dot for it.
Okay.
So making my team better for these next 2 rounds. Now, can he get points in the VFL? They probably don't even want him in the VFL team because that's going along all right. I
Jeez,
think,
he's
at
a
the moment.
harsh man.
He's very harsh.
All right. Roy.
Okay, mine, there's a rule around this.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the second week in a row. Sam
trade him.
Walsh.
Sam Walsh.
Yeah.
He's not there. Well,
Oh, man.
the team.
Look, he can no longer carry that team on his young back. 55 last week, he copped that first -3. Now, 91's not awful, but 91, and he was the top scorer, and he didn't lay a tackle, and he's got a bye coming up, and he had like the third highest break even leading into the round.
Yep.
The writing's on the wall, Cow. If you're loaded in the round 15 bye like me and someone's doing this and their
They're
price
out.
is plummeting
Game
and they
over.
play for such a bad team, Dog,
Goodbye.
yep, goodbye.
I'm going with Errol. Now, I bought in Errol last week. And I bought him in because every week I have to sit here and I look at
is
you
just what
two
you do.
going 150s, 160s.
Errol averages 100 for me.
Errol averages 83 for me. And I was like, well, this is a good time to get him. And
Yep.
he comes out against St Kilda and gives me an 83.
His access to marks in that game I thought was through the roof. Like 8 I thought he'd
At
take.
the St Kilda matchup,
Yep.
He had everything.
should have been.
What do you have, 1 mark?
He was not the Errol that I've been watching. I'll give you a hot tip.
No, he was not.
There you go.
That's what you did, Jenny. You stuck it right up them.
Another mistake. Why do I not just make Tim Taranto my captain each week?
Yeah.
He's the best player in the competition by a mile. While some might have him outside the top 150, he's the best Warn Dog. It's the best. He's got the ton run still going.
No wonder people complain about this segment.
I've got a mate who does.
This is a public service thing. Just make Tim Taranto your captain. Calvin, your captains suck.
Yeah.
They're averaging, your number one pick is averaging 104 this year. There's these new upstarts that come onto the scene, and they're doing better than you. They're on their high horse, and they're looking down on you, Calvin.
They are. And look,
Lift.
I'm ashamed of myself. I don't know what you want me to say. I am legit. I'm a broken man.
What pen are you using?
Yeah, I've lost it.
Oh, I knew there was something.
We're going to the news agents tomorrow to get you a new one.
Yes.
I'm buying you a 10-pack of Bic.
Look,
Yeah.
that's just standard blue.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is
looks
too.
ugly.
Yeah, I don't have my
no.
coloured pens. So,
We need to rectify that. You will end up back on top.
yeah. I'd like to know what I average with my 4 colours.
Yeah.
It would be
Well,
pretty
that's
impressive.
Big. That's pig status stuff.
Yeah. He's so, yeah, look.
So anyway, this feeling negative segment.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Tim Taranto gets my +3 because
great.
129. He's averaging about that in his last half a dozen or so,
Yeah,
or whatever
right.
it is.
Yeah, he's actually 130 in his last 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
What a good player.
But, don't want to put
Oh.
my captain hat on.
Have you already done some research?
I never stopped researching, dog. Did you hear my
Even on a
form?
public holiday.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what you need to change.
is
Lack of research. Just pick the guy that's at the top of the list.
it's more complicated than that, mate. It's not the rolling 22 here.
Hey, it's not funny.
Will he get tagged by Windhager, who didn't tag last week and Saints won? So I'm assuming no.
There was no one to tag at the Swans.
No, but the problem with Taranto, well, not the problem, but he's a goal kicker. So
Clearance beast, a goal kicker. He's someone you don't want him having an impact.
So-
because they're winning games too now.
So anyway, little small flag on that one. With my +3, I'm going to a couple of rookies in Matt Johnson and
You're welcome.
Wardlaw. Now, these two guys who ended up counting in my scores,
Yeah.
and they pump out 90 pluses.
Pretty good.
That's just a little blessing. They outscored.
Especially some midfielders there.
Errol.
Tom Green.
Yeah.
In your midfield.
God, how did I beat you when you're getting kissed like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
So you didn't have either of those guys.
Wardlaw was stuck on my pine, and no, I missed
You
Johnson.
go with
unfortunately.
Sheldrick.
So Sheldrick and Wardlaw, they sat on the midfield bench next to each other.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Your team's good.
You just really nailed your
Unfortunately-
buy strategy structure.
No, I just had no defenders this week. But anyway, it didn't matter. My +3, I've been wanting him for weeks. Finally got him, even though it roots my buy.
Yep.
Briggsy. At least I get to enjoy the big unit when he's out there. And he did his thing. Few hit-outs, few tackles. Throws his weight around.
In what was
+3.
supposed to be a hard matchup for him. So.
He doesn't have one.
No, he doesn't.
He is the hard matchup.
Too right he is.
So Kieren Briggs is a good move there. What I like about him is that he's a better option than anyone other than an English or a Marshall.
Yes.
Like if you could be rolling with him as your R2 outside of those guys. In saying that though, where's bloody Tim English on our list here of -3s? Far out. I could have just talked about my whole team for -3s.
Tim
But
English,
Tim
2
English,
points in the first quarter.
You non-owners, you're going to be able to downgrade Briggs to him in a few weeks.
Yeah, I
time.
won't be going Briggs to English, I'll tell you that much. Briggs, no.
Keeper.
Speaking, I nearly got my +3. I enjoyed it that much.
Knew you would have.
You are a bad human. Let's have a look at how the week went. And so we did talk about some teams had some good scores, unlike us. So the high score last week was, hang on, am I clicking on the right thing for this? Let me do that. I better make sure I get that. The highest score of the week was a 21.97.
Oh, come on.
Come on. What? From 18 people?
Recount.
Something
Over
As
300
if.
more than me. So we're under Paul.
Paul structured his team from the start
Geordie
of the
boy,
year to
15.
peak this week.
Yep.
He's
Let me
done
click
it.
on his team.
He's done it to peak this week.
Yep.
And well done. You won a week.
Oh,
won
he
a
dropped off James O'Donnell off his field. That was all right.
Yep.
Part of his plan.
Not a bad
I wonder
team.
who he had
actually
captain.
had no premiums on the bench.
Yeah.
He's got Darryl McDowell White on there. Isn't he playing NBL still?
Yep. Nah, smart coach.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Why would you get caught up in having some sons?
Yep.
Fleabags are still sitting on top at the moment, so they had a good score with a 20-48. So a bit of movement there at the top, but well, not a lot of movement. Actually, Darren's team, Wise Ocean Pods, moved up a bit by the looks of it, and Matt Mottram, Mottram's males moved up with a 20-58.
Does he move
What?
any other direction?
What number is he now?
So he's fourth overall.
See, Matt and I have a deal. We're going halves in the car. Yeah.
If you keep picking him good captains.
No, I'm throwing out bad ones for everyone.
Oh, that's the story.
So, yeah. It's a little arrangement we have.
Yeah, clever.
Yeah, it must be a good arrangement. Yeah. Well, you've got a bit of work to do this week. I think you actually do need to redeem yourself.
I understand a new pen, mate. Simple as that.
Where do you think you can find one?
Well, news agents?
Yeah, we'll go there tomorrow.
Office works.
Okay.
We're going
They've
to
got heaps
buy
of pens.
Yeah.
a heap of them. Going to have one for each pocket of your...
We're going to get you back.
Yeah,
on
okay.
track
Okay.
via Bic.
I'm in.
Maybe they could sponsor us.
That's a good idea.
Rightio, the votes for the Michael Barlow Medal, the cash cow of the year for round 13 at the top is George Wardlaw. Beat a few premiums this week with his 97. Some important cash gen from the number 4 draft pick, thanks to the 9 tackles and the cracking goal that he kicked there. Now, Matthew Johnson gets the 4 votes with his 93. Wet conditions really suited him. Had 6 tackles. He was last round's second most traded in player. Now, Harry Sheezel still gets in the votes. Of course he does with the 92. Moved around the ground a bit, so didn't stop him from racking up another 90-plus score. Now, Angus Sheldrick, this is a surprise. 79 points he had. Made his way in the 22 and put his tackling game on display with 6 nice +4s there. And Will Ashcroft, 20 disposals for the line there in their loss at the MCG, so a solid return. And Sheezel is well on top there with 47 votes. Now, that's just 2 shy of Nick Dacos's mammoth effort in his debut season. Huge.
Here's the news of the week you need to know on the official AFL Fantasy podcast.
Right, what's so funny?
Nothing. Just written some notes in
I
there.
just love our notes sometimes.
What have you got there?
Well, you're going to go through the injuries.
Well, we're going to.
Truth.
This isn't an injury. So you don't even get that right, you peanut. We're starting off with the MRO because that was an important thing this week.
Yep.
Your mate, Sick Dog,
Oh, the dog.
off to the tribunal.
He's a naughty dog.
He's a bad dog.
Yep.
No schmacker.
So we don't know what he's going to get. When they send him to the tribunal, they say 3+ weeks type thing, but I don't think it's going to be that much. I feel like he's a little bit unlucky, to be honest. Like, I feel like it was a circumstantial one, which so many of these have been.
They have.
But, yeah, he goes.
The thing
he gets
is,
time.
He goes because when he walks in there, they're like, hang on.
We saw you a fortnight ago, mate.
I know
Did you learn?
Nothing you're doing back here, mate.
So he'll play 1 out of the
Hey,
4 bye
and
rounds.
you were trying to make me hold him.
I wish you did. Anyway, the one that you aren't happy about, and this is what you've said about Zach Merrett, who is a very good player, turned the Bombers' hopes around in the third quarter. Kicked a goal, shook off the tag.
Cracked
Zach
the
Merrett.
tongue. Oh, no, he didn't.
Zach
If-
Merrett
If
got
that-
off his
Yeah.
potential charge.
And
which
if
was
that had
never
happened
there.
back in the
Yeah.
earlier in the season,
Can the Blues challenge that? Give him a week. Goodness sake.
So Zach Merrett's all good to go, but we will see Butler challenging his dangerous tackle, which was on the Lizard. So the Lizard there was concussed. Well, he was subbed out, but he passed the HIA. So
Well, that's in-
a
That's in Butler's favour, isn't it?
yes.
you think so?
You'd think so.
He'll get off that.
Yeah. Right. So where am I? Lachie Jones broke his jaw, cow.
He
What?
did.
Oh,
Yeah,
big
busted
jaw.
Yep.
He was interviewed after the game, wasn't he?
Well,
In the room?
Did you get that right? You wrote that one in.
I'll
there.
double
He
check.
was
I'm pretty sure.
Speaking very well.
Or was he?
This is when I put you in charge of writing some notes down, Kev.
No, I'm pretty confident I'm right on that.
God.
How confident?
Look, you keep going and I'll get back to you.
Right, I'm just...
Yeah, I'm right spot on. He's out for Lachie Jones, broken jaw, out for a month.
2023?
You haven't just Googled his name and...
No,
picked
6
up-
hours ago, mate. Yep.
What? Something's happened after the game.
Yeah.
He's been in a blue.
Yeah.
Won't
Slipped
talk
in the
about too
shower.
many things outside of the game because there's been a few
Oh, okay. Yes,
things
fair
this
call.
week. Right, let's play
Stay in your
on
lane.
then... Will Day on Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
So, looked like he could have been in a bit of trouble with that shoulder, but he played on.
Okay.
Nearly got a ton. That's all right. You're thinking about trading though, aren't you, V8?
Yeah, he's on the block for me this week.
Fair enough.
That's how I roll on the bar round.
Yeah, fair call.
So that Sicily one was on McCluggage. And things Calvin's notes are a bit different to my professional notes. Sick killed him.
Well, he was hurt. He was.
He was. He
That
should have
the-
actually got on that cart too. Just
Too
quietly.
right he should have.
Got on there.
Yeah, he didn't look too good. But
They do talk about the importance of looking remorseful, and Sick pushed him back down into the ground.
yeah, he's in a lot of
Like
trouble
a
for
bad
that.
doggy.
Yeah, there's no way he passed puppy school.
No.
No,
Not
beat
even a
his
chance.
class photo. Daniel Rich, thanks. Shin, you subbed out.
Okay, come on. you Google that, you'll find nothing because he was taken off the ground for a reason.
Yep.
And it wasn't his shin.
He's getting ice. That's what all old men do
Yeah.
when they're subbed out of a game.
For being a bit of a liability, some were saying.
Liability is probably a nice thing to be saying about him. It was not good. He was getting burned a few times, but
That doesn't happen. They're supposed to give it to him at all costs.
Nobody
The super
listening
boot.
to this has or cares about Daniel Rich.
That is true. That is true.
Elliot Yeo, he would have been a better pick, but he poked himself in the eye when he was playing at full back.
He had a lot of work to do on big techs.
Yeah.
He's got a 95 though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's an option. We've got to get him off his buy, I think.
So definitely have a look at it.
Too cheap. We'll take him for a few weeks.
Especially for bad teams like ours where the cash gen really
take
isn't
what you
there,
can get.
so we've got to get that.
Yep.
Speaking of him, another one like that, though, is probably Christian Salem.
That is a good point, Dog.
I think you'd prefer a bit of Salem action
Probably.
over Yoey. Similarly priced, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else? Jeez, you put some you talk about me putting some names that are
I just went through it all, mate.
Thanks. Zeeble, busted head, played on.
Did you see it? Yeah. Busted head.
You were hoping he was going to get subbed, didn't you?
No, I wasn't watching that game. No.
Because you traded him, didn't you?
I did trade him. And he still outscored Errol. So, yeah.
I traded him.
Yeah.
Right, they're the main ones there. I did want to have a quick look at some of the Magoos because we might have some guys coming through that are worth a look at. So, Elijah Sardis, the bomber, looked pretty good on debut with 25 disposals in the VFL. So, might see him in the future weeks.
Unfortunately, they're winning too.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's going to struggle to get in,
that.
especially when Darcy Parish will be back soon as well. Sydney, they picked up that Jack Buller in the mid-season, kicked 5 snags, so it's one. And Quinton Narkle, he's had a couple of very good games for the old Port Adelaide Power in those games. So
just a depth guy in case of emergency.
you would
isn't
think
he?
so. It's almost a really unlucky thing that he got drafted there.
Yeah.
In that.
Could end up being lucky though if they make it a finals run and they lose a big dog. He's ready just to go.
Too right he is.
Bang.
Yeah. What do you have? He had 33 disposals.
God.
100.
He's fit in seamlessly. Like that shows the form he's in to be able to go to a new team and just do that.
Yep.
That's impressive stuff.
Good player. All right.
Get him in.
Let's go. Let's start talking about issues.
All right.
So we're up to round 14 now. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Round 14. And that is where we see our next set of buys. So this is where things get a bit harder. So we've got on this buy Adelaide, Collingwood, Essendon, Hawthorn, Melbourne, and West Coast Eagles. So there are a few players here that are popular. So we're looking through the list there. Adelaide, people are rocking with Rory Laird. You're rocking with Jordan Dawson, probably the two key guys there.
Yep.
Collingwood, well, you've got your Darcy Cameron.
Dacos.
Obviously, is there. Bombers, Zach Merrett, thankfully got
Hobbsy.
Hobbsy. So Hobbsy will be a decision, I reckon. Interesting one. Hawthorn, Will Day sitting there, maybe a Warple if you've got a bad team like me. Melbourne, who would you have?
You might have a ruck.
You might have a Max.
That's about it, isn't it?
Tracker maybe.
Potentially.
Would have been Clary if he was there.
Yep.
And then West Coast have got a few guys, including some rookies. So I guess the really simple thing on this, trading from here, and it's what we will be saying each week, is that you are moving out guys that have got a buy or got an upcoming buy, and the preferable guys to move, which I tried to do, but it didn't really work out that well, is move guys that are either rookies that have made their cash, rookies that might be dead, might be those mid-prices that are time for them to go.
Ready. Yeah,
So-
it's their time.
So guys like that, and this is a really simple thing, we'll talk about our trades a little bit more in detail later, but I've got a Warple. He goes. Like, he should have gone weeks ago.
You've done
but-
well to hold on this long.
Yeah, so he's the sort of guy that goes in that conversation. If you've got a Luke Pedler as a rookie,
Yes.
then he goes now. Ruben Ginby can go this week.
Who was
Those
going really
types of
well for the
guys-
Eagles down back? Good. Was it Hunt?
Oh, yep, so he goes.
So he'd be a perfect one to say thank
I
you
don't
and
think he had a
goodbye.
good,
he was
good-
shocking.
he was shocking
The
on the
timing
line.
is perfect.
So the other one that would have been in that conversation like this might have been Hobbsy.
yes.
So where do you guys, as owners because someone sold you him who couldn't bloody get him himself,
Well, you could have.
No, I just made other bad decisions in my team.
He's had 390s in his last 4 games.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
He is.
Yeah.
Thanks for
So
that.
he's got a fair bit of opportunity because Darcy Parish has been outside.
Yes.
But what do you reckon? Like, you would have bought him thinking you would be trading him this week.
And I think I still will. There is definitely merit to holding him, but I'm thinking about folding on it, and this is why. Like, in my well-thought-out trading, I've actually ended up with, like, my midfield is full of, sort of premium-ish players.
Yep.
So is my forward line. Hobbsy is actually pushed off the ground in those 2 positions come round 16.
Right, and that's the other thing that we've said the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
See what your team
So
looks
I
like
kind
at
of have
16.
no worth for him, even though I love his work, and
Yep.
he's still going to go up further in cash. But I really need to turn him into a defender dog who, on the flip side, my back line, it was
Needs a bit
never
of work.
pretty, but it is absolutely disgusting now.
Yep.
Yeah. So Hobbsy might have to be swung back and into
Especially
an
too
upgrade.
if you're sitting a Dacos and a Will Day this week,
Yes. Yep.
and you're bringing on a Tom Stewart, you're bringing on a Mullen. Is
Yeah.
Mullen going to be there?
No.
I think that's going to be an issue for coaches this
won't
week,
be
buying into O'Shea
You just
and
can't
Mullen.
count those
Don't count
guys
them
as a
up.
dot.
The thing is, we count them as a dot. They don't hit 50 anyway.
No.
So I'm glad you slept well knowing you had an extra green dot.
Yep.
It was never going to be worth anything. But anyway, yeah, no, he's in trouble.
All right, so we're coming off 2 teams with the bye, which is Gold Coast and Geelong. Now, we do talk about, usually, you're targeting those players coming
Yes.
off their bye. Is there anyone?
They've added nothing to what we already had, basically. It's a real issue. So I look at the Suns. Now, some of us have ended up with 1 or 2 of these guys through buy strategy. Just ridiculous. It's cost points this week, and it probably hasn't helped that much. But guys that you could look at, Anderson, he is averaging 103, which is slightly under what he's probably projected at the start of the year. So he might be good to go. A few weeks ago, we saw some awesome form, but 93 in his last 3, that's not really putting his hand up, is it?
No.
You got Rao, who over that 5-week stretch where he showed a bit of a ceiling, he's averaging 101 in his last 5. Have you guys got him?
I do.
You do
Yes.
too, don't you, Dog? So,
Do you have him?
Well, we should be able. Yeah, we should be able to lean on that as a positive.
Yep.
But
He's a
I don't think
bum
I'd
on the seat.
recommend bringing him in.
No.
People have talked about maybe bringing in Weller straight off.
So he's
If
likely
he's
to be back
likely
this
to be
week,
back.
apparently, which probably affects Fiorini or Atkins.
Oh God! Please don't
And their
talk about
selection,
it.
if
It's
anyone's
way
got
too
those.
early in the week. We're just counting them as green dots at the minute. 94 average, but that's a little bit of time off now. I don't think we can
No, I
jump
couldn't
straight
go
onto
there.
that. No,
I'm with you.
All right, the Cats. God, we talk about the Suns being slim pickings. Tom Stewart. I don't know. I feel like every team should have.
If you don't have
Tom
him, he's
Stewart.
your number 1 target of these
Yeah.
teams off the bye.
Agree.
There is going to be a huge benefit at some stage down at GMHBA where he goes 150 with a truckload of marks on a Sunday afternoon versus a bad team.
Yep.
One I'm interested in because, oh my God, I don't have much money and I'm willing to chase guys that are injury risks.
Daniel
and
Rich.
Yeah.
Daniel
Oh,
Rich.
exactly. I'm willing to upgrade Rich to someone like Duncan if he's named. Now, he's dropped 123K, coming off 86 and 109 in his last 2 before soft tissue struck again. That's an area I hit. I'm willing to do that. A more interesting one is Tanner Bruin.
Yeah, so at 600k or 602 to be exact.
Yeah.
He's been all right in his
He's
last
been
couple.
good.
Averaging averaging 91 in his last 3.
Yep.
His time on ground in those went like 70, 50, 70.
Yeah, time on ground's the issue.
How can you do 50% without a vest? Which I think he did.
So what have they
Extraordinary.
got? Danger. I think a lot of the guys are back for
Right.
Geelong, which is actually a hard one. Like we've got the Duncan, as we talked about
Yep.
there before.
Let's put a line through him.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's just a risk.
It's too much.
It could work, but
If it was
wow.
if he was 450, I wouldn't even be like, "Yep, got to do it."
Yeah.
I'd still be having question marks.
So it's fair to say the Suns and the Cats aren't really offering us a hell of a lot here as players that we want to be grabbing.
there's just Stewart. Stewart's the only one I'd have any faith in
Yep.
recommending.
So I don't mind Anderson as an option,
No.
No,
but you are going in that hoping that he's going to be the Anderson
He's
that
not
you
a
want.
bargain either, is he?
No.
That's the problem.
He's cheaper than where he was because
That's
he had
true.
poor games.
He did, yeah.
He was all right in that last game. I think the thing about the Suns, though, they're out of Darwin.
They are.
So
Add 10 points to everybody.
Well, let's hope so.
Right. So are we looking then at the teams that had their bye the week before that we're all sort of using as our targets and launching into with, a week post-bye data to help make some decisions and maybe grab the guy that we might have missed because we didn't pick them?
I believe so. So let's look at the Lions. Dunkley, must have.
Yep.
Now, he's the stat-stuffing dunk
145
of
on the
old.
weekend.
And he's done it twice in not many weeks, that really big ceiling. So, got to have him. Now, Lachie Neale flagged last week as the bargain with upside, given his poor start to the year by his standards. And he was averaging, I think, 107 in his last three leading into his bye. Now, he's come out with a season high.
124. So
Plenty of marks in that too.
Yeah. 100%.
So he was getting busy. He's a man. Daniel Rich is cheap. Couldn't help myself.
You're an idiot.
Devon Robinson, dog.
This is an
You've
interesting
always
one.
been a little. You've followed.
He
little
does love a bit of Dev.
Dev in his career. Loves a bit of
Loves a
Devon
bit of lunch
sandwich.
meat.
He's so cheap.
A little lunch
He's so
meat.
cheap.
He is.
Yes, he is cheap. So he's what is he now?
He's 310.
310.
Oh, rookie price.
Yeah, 310 coming off a 67.
Chuck a bit of tomato sauce on
So-
him. White bread.
He's an easy swap for a red dot, and he can score on his day. Like that was only in 67% game on time on ground as well.
He can score.
So he tackles senior. That is just a guy that you can switch around. If you've got like a Noah Long, you've got a Chesser, you've got
Ned, you mean?
Ned, his mate, his brother. If you've got those guys, that's just an easy switch if he's named again
It
this
is.
week.
Yeah, I'd consider it. He's a dude with very little job security, though.
Yeah, he's a whipping
over
boy.
his career.
He's a whipper.
I thought he was tracking in a different
What's his,
direction to what's happened to
And he
him.
normally racks up as well. I'm just going to have a quick look at his VFL numbers for this year. So, click Devon Robertson. That's him. The VFL is always interesting to look at, but what's he done? He's gone at 135, 104, 87, 107, 127, and 109 this year.
Yeah.
So good needful numbers. Which is
Yeah,
probably
I'll tell you what,
were.
they have turned it into a needful comp.
So I just think if he can hold, then that's an easy option for 300 odd K.
Yeah, well, I would consider.
And again, he
Longford.
might be that kind of guy that you want for those the next 2 weeks
Yeah.
is all you need him for.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these guys that we might bring in now, you want some more cash gen, but they...
Assuming he's there for 2 weeks and out of a vest. Looking at the Swans, Goulden, that is a tick. He's in that same boat as Stewart, Dunkley. They're all no-brainer ones that you don't have to worry about bringing in. Lloyd started on a wing, did nothing, looked like an absolute disaster because he was a popular trade target this week. Lizard got run down.
Yep.
Didn't even have a kip in the end, did he? But
No, so he should be right to play this week.
right, that's bad for Lloyd.
77.
Lloyd scored when Lizard went off the ground.
Yeah, okay.
And sort of he saved himself to that 77. So I don't think you can launch into that despite his form leading up to last week. Rick?
Well, Angus Sheldrick, his break-even's now -3 after being quite large.
Oh, it's in the negative.
Yeah, so...
We said he'd never make it. Good on you, Sheldrick.
So
You're guilty.
213, so he's gone up 13K. I think that...
But didn't you say
He's the one.
even Horse was shocked?
Yeah.
That's
that
not
he had
good.
the game like that. But he tackled... He got in the votes, mate, for the Michael Barlow medal.
Yeah. Well, what more do you want?
That'll be
You can't get dropped
That'll
off
be
the
on his
bat.
Wikipedia page, I reckon.
Has to
for
be.
career highlight.
Yeah.
It's like getting coaches' votes and then getting dropped. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
Anyway, apart from that, I don't think we're really looking at any Swans. Dockers are still a happy hunting ground.
They are.
So now we'll add to the Stewart, Dunkley, Goulden mix. Brayshaw is one of those guys.
100%.
He's just someone you
Even though
need
he
him.
only had the 100.
Lock him in. Yeah, he was disappointing, but you take your 100 on a bad night.
You're still going him over Sarong for the little price difference?
Personally, I am.
I
And
would as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think is it the ceiling that gets me?
I think so.
But Sarong is great in his own right, and he deserves to be a target. Luke Jackson.
Hold on.
So another week of Darcy out.
Yeah. He dominated.
He did.
So that's 5 games now at an average of 103. Darcy's only missed one of them, or 1.5 of those. So people that got him, they are right. He was doing it with Darcy in the team. I still feel like it's a no for me. I think he's too expensive for this risk. However, well done to him and his owners. He is getting it done. Okay, Ryan and Young. We could not split them between us.
2 points
last
in the
week,
end.
And then 2 points in the end.
Ryan getting the edge, but looked like he was a lot of points better during the game.
Yep, he started much better. People that went with Young and followed who we thought was probably the better pick were furious.
It was wet over there in that game, so it's hard to read heaps into what the backs would do there.
Ryan still gets his ones that are on the full back line,
Yeah.
totally uncontested.
Yep.
So I still think it's Young over Ryan for me. Now, I watched that game, and the person I was impressed with was the guy that I didn't end up getting, and I know you two did. Matthew Johnson looked in his
player.
element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it too late?
Well, the thing is, what's he worth now? He
It's
got
over
up to
4.
406.
Oh, I can't do it
So
now.
that is a lot. So you're saving the 100K on going a Devon Robinson if he's named, or near 200K on Sheldrick.
You are.
Aren't you? I don't know.
Like, I was going to say,
It's so hard.
job security of Johnson is surely now there, isn't it? Even with O'Meara coming back?
I think so. I think he
Yeah.
plays it out. Yep.
Because he was looking all right prior to, wasn't he?
Yep.
Just might not be as good a role, I guess. His time on ground was pretty average as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's just what Freo do to their kids.
So
Just
was
see that
Sheldrick
over the last
having
couple
so-
of years.
So he went up 57,000 and has a break even of 3.
So,
Still meat on the bone.
he's Still justifiable.
Bit of structure in your team too, and this is that post round. Well, when you get to round 16, what it looks like. If you're buying into him now, I think you don't want him sitting on your pine.
No.
No.
Like that's the type of decision you're
400.
making now. So,
So what's he got? 2 more games.
yeah.
That's enough meat after 2 weeks
Oh,
to
he could
use
be
him as
500 plus.
He
a
will be.
downgrade in round 16 to upgrade one of your mediocre mid prices or something.
Yep.
I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all, actually. Now, the Saints, I can't figure them out. to some
They're a
extent.
hard read.
They certainly are, but the guys that I'm looking at, Marshall is now in that category with the big dogs that we keep talking about.
Yep.
The question mark guys are Sinclair. So he's done it twice in 3 weeks now.
I like it.
For a 3-game average of 110.
Yep.
1 thumping 100 in that.
Yeah.
He's done enough now, dog?
I think so, yep. There was enough there in probably what was a tougher matchup
Yeah.
against the Swans.
Yeah.
What are they? They've got a couple of good games coming up, I think, as well.
Yeah, he's a guy that I'm
Targeting, are you?
seriously looking at.
All right,
this
well,
week.
we tick him off. What about Jack Steele? The name is obviously top 3 in the game all preseason. And he's just not doing it.
I know.
His second half was
Yeah.
a good recovery without ever looking outstanding or... you expect a bit of piggery at times from
Yeah, I know.
guys that you hold in that calibre. He certainly didn't show that, but he showed enough to get a almost respectable score in the end. Now, he's quite cheap for someone that is like $1 million man,
Yep.
but can you go there?
See, I don't think he can. So he's around that 830 mark, which is the same as your Sinclair and it's the same as your Brad Crouches. They're all around that because they've been so bad and they've dropped it.
And he's doing the least most recently out of the 3, isn't he?
Out of those 3, he's on the bottom of that list.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
In
it's
what world
amazing.
do we live in?
I know.
So you mentioned Crouch there. People were furious at Crouch, and rightfully so, just a few weeks ago. Is he back? Because when he's back, well, we saw, I think, the last 5 weeks of the season last year, he was the number 1 player in the game. 5 weeks that's a stretch.
It is.
Yeah.
So he's gone 123. He had that against the Swans, and then he had his bye, of course, and then a 114.
What's he coming at? About
About the 830 mark, the same as all of them.
Oh, God, it feels risky. Now, Dog, there's no one better in the game to answer this. Is Windhager an option?
Yeah.
Yes?
So I picked him up last week, knowing as well, so he dropped 4K in the end because his break even, he'd been in the sub vest a little bit. I think he is, so his break even's now at 46, but Yeah, I like him. Got the dual position status, which is probably the thing that I was liking a lot about that. But I think he's in there 22. Spent a fair bit of time on the ball, so like about 30% of their CBA. Okay. So jobs that he'll do, we sort of talked about that. Does he go to a Timmy Taranto this week? Is he going to be in a world of doing that? Or
he's a legit tagger.
He is.
Yep. He's legit. He's a problem.
He is a problem.
So we just need to keep our ears open to find out what Ross
Windhager, I think you can go there. Okay. I think it's probably worth paying the $60K to go Matthew Johnson, though.
Okay.
That would be... Matthew Johnson's a bit more at the moment, I feel like.
Yeah.
The guy that
he's a scorer.
He's a scorer. Those wet conditions really did help Johnson with those tackles, but I don't know. It's a tough one. I'd be going Johnson over that because with Windhager, if you didn't have Sheldrick and he stays in, you might as well just be saving that coin there.
Yep.
Or if you wanted that midfielder, Devon Robinson, if he's still there.
Yeah, okay.
It's tough. I just think Windhager's job security, I feel like, should be all right.
All right.
Interesting. So, what do you reckon with those guys there? We'll have a look at our trades in a sec. But let's have a look at the most traded in plays. It's very early doors. This is unbelievably
early.
But people are trigger happy.
They love it.
And are keen to get on there. Lockout lists, you get that notification, and people have done it. So, most traded in player, the Rick. Angus Sheldrick.
It has to be Rick.
3,000 coaches jumped on him straight away, which is great. Jack Sinclair's next on the list with Josh Fay. Has his buy coming up, though? Lachie Neale and Matthew Johnson are there as the most traded in. Now, the most traded out that we've got so far, it's trading out by players. JVR, Noah Long, sick dog with that impending suspension.
Dog.
Seamus Mitchell. Will Day is being thrown out there. And even further down the list, you've got the Warples, the Hunts, the Peddlers, those types of guys.
Yep.
So, perfect strategy. It is the strategy that you should be rolling with. So, in saying that, are we rolling with good strategy this week?
I am dumping Sharp, Long, 11 last week, thanks, mate. And I am going to move on Will Day.
Right.
And I'm going to get in Sheldrick, Fay, just for the cash. And I'm going to go Day, basically, to Sinclair. He's my defender that I'm going to target this week.
Okay, well, I'm going something similar there. All players that have done their job, Ginby, McGrath, Warple, they're out. But I'm able to get 2 premiums. So Sinclair, like you, Cal, but Lachie Neale by getting Sheldrick in as well. So fingers crossed that makes my buys much better this week and next week than what they were looking like. I'm still probably only scraping towards a 19 or 20 players, though, this week.
So I've got an eye on the buy as well, but I'm not doing it in the traditional way I would like to. I'm getting rid of Long, Walsh, Hobbsy, and that will bring in Johnson, Sarong, and Mitch Duncan if he's in.
Wow.
Yeah, hey.
Destroy.
I know.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes on Thursday night then.
I reckon.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy official.
Let's get into the questions, and there are quite a few that have come through. You can be hitting us up on Twitter at AFL Fantasy, but also on our new Instagram page. If you're not on there, jump on at AFL Fantasy that we can do. Right, Kyle's got this question. Rank these 3. Hayden Young, Luke Ryan, and Jack Sinclair.
Jack Sinclair, number 1. Hayden Young, number 2. Luke Ryan, number 3.
Bing, bing, bing.
Got it,
Troy.
Agree. Tom, is Mitch Duncan in? Well, we won't know until... When do they play? Oh, they play. So there's another thing. They play on
Thursday night.
They do. We'll know that on Wednesday night.
I will know, and I'll be crying by Thursday night.
Yes.
And you will be making your decisions. Will you need cash to do it?
No.
You probably should be able to.
No.
It's not a nice... So he's got Port Adelaide in Adelaide. So it's not the nicest matchup to come back for.
God, not
Given
like
that-
me to change my trades.
A lot of thought there in our 5 minutes after lockout's lifted.
Yeah, my bad, sorry.
All that sort of stuff. Rightio. Does Cornelio go after his bye for Butters?
It's an interesting name to be throwing out here, Destroy.
And yes, the answer is yes.
Well, Butters
you can,
is a lot better.
You can do this.
You can if you go into a guy like Butters.
Yeah, it's a massive upgrade.
Cogs has had 1 score over 115 this year. It just feels like he's been better than that. It was a 135. He's just always meh.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Not ew, but meh.
But you never get angry at him.
No, I know.
Because he gets to that 90
Yep. So he's
on
averaging
his bad days.
He's averaging a ton
Yeah,
for the year, and we got him at basically a 98.
yeah.
So he's
Doing
doing what
his
we
job.
thought.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No, I tick off the move, though.
yep,
Canelio
that's
to Butters.
that's a 6.
That's a 6, all right.
Chase Steele. That's a cool name.
Oh, is that their real name?
It's on Instagram. It has to be real.
Of course.
That's epic.
Is Clayton Oliver back this week? I think it sounds like he will be. He was running laps at the MCG after the game.
Was he?
So
Hope
must
he
be
had
back.
his
he's
shoes
got
and
his-
socks on.
He's got his bye.
He's got to look after that blister.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not back this week.
Oh, okay.
Next week.
Next week.
So he's definitely going to be back in 2 weeks' time.
Right.
Band-Aid on the blister, and he'll be good to go. A bit of
Potentially.
Vaseline on the back
Well,
of
he's
his
out of
shoe.
hospital. So
Yeah.
that's positive.
That's good.
Is Dunkley a captain option for Jeremiah?
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah,
don't.
so I did have a mate who went there this week, and he was very pleased with
I can
himself.
tell you he's in the top 5.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in the top 5.
What are they playing?
It's Sydney at the Gabba.
Ooh.
Just his last 3 scores, 145, 112, 125. And last week, the Swans were supposed to be quite a tricky team. 5 St Kilda guys scored over 105.
Feasted.
So he's got to be in
They're not what they
calculation.
used to be. the
Daniel
Swans.
Rich could go all right.
Oh,
Daniel
God.
Rich would
The
have
Swans-
a day out.
Okay, they might not be what they used to be, but they're still too good.
Yes.
Jake wants to know,
Richie.
can you trade out Nick Dacos?
No.
Oh, no. I wouldn't be doing that.
No, you can't do that.
Can I trade up a 200 to 250k rookie to Matt Johnson for bench money? So can you spend 150 plus k
Yeah.
on getting
Yeah.
Matt Johnson?
Because the cash he's going to generate, plus through the next 2 weeks, the potential scores he'll contribute for you, I think you can do that move.
I think you can do it now because in a couple of weeks' time, we're not going to get 3 trades a week.
No.
And now we got them coming everywhere.
Yeah.
And you can do something like that.
Jack's got this one. Is Sheezel a long-term option? Yes, he is.
Yes, of course he is. Not if you picked 18 players in your bloody round 15 bye in your starting squad, though.
That's a problem. He hasn't gone over. He's had 1 ton in his last 6.
She's.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just good, though.
He's very good. Don't get me wrong.
Like, imagine, back in the good old days when I had him, imagine him sitting at D6 for you.
I'm also putting a little flag out there
Right.
that guys like this
Yes.
will tend to drop off. Okay, and now think about how he started the year.
Yeah.
118,
Did Nick Dacos
127,
last year, though?
109, 119. Like, dominated.
He's built different like him, isn't he?
He's had 4 tons in his first 4, and they were big tons. Now he's had 1 ton in his
Even
last
role
6.
change and position change doesn't hurt him. Oh, it has, but not
Are
like the
you
weekend.
trying to make me feel better?
Where I got rid of him too.
Here's one to make you feel better, Calvin, from
Yeah.
Cooper.
Hey, Coop.
Why did Calvin
Oh,
I
God.
know.
tell me Hunt and Goulden will score more than Sheezel and Sinclair? That'd be a significant amount of points. What did Hunt have?
Yeah.
30 something it was.
But that was because... Coop. Look,
God, for someone, you might want to wait till you see him a bit better before you hit
37.
him for 6, mate.
So
I hope you're wearing a
Sinclair
helmet.
himself scored more than Hunt and then you got your bonus 90 from. Oh my god!
I hope you're wearing a helmet when you're swinging for 6. You're not seeing them.
Have you seen that new Bluey episode?
yep.
No?
Go and watch it. It's good.
When did this come out?
Yeah, the cricket one.
Cricket one. It's
good.
great episode.
Is this the latest?
Yeah.
You'll tear up.
Oh, no, not another one. Do you cry, Bluey?
Oh, no, I'm a tough nut to crack.
was
Sometimes
good.
I can feel the heartstrings.
Nah, it was a
And
good
what,
one.
I will be a bit like that, you reckon?
Yeah. You
Can
will.
I just say sorry to Coop? Sorry, mate.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
apology.
that's a bad one.
Warranted.
Oh, here's a good one. Just trying to find good ones here. Rob! Like R-R-O-O-B-B-B-B-B-B.
Well, you pronounced it
you did.
perfectly.
Can we tick off Warnie's Hobbs move? Genius.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can.
You
But
made that up.
I didn't bloody get it.
That's not a real message.
No one spells their name
Robbo,
like that. You
Rob.
made that up.
Rob, he's got a nice little profile picture too. Doesn't look AI generated at all.
Don't block him then.
He's all right.
But yeah, no, we all thank Warnie for Hobbsy.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Thanks, Warnie.
Josh O'Donnell has been at 200k for 5 games. What's going on with him?
He wasn't happy
look at
when
the
he got
scores.
subbed the other day.
No.
He was not happy at all, and you wouldn't be.
No.
But I mean, he wasn't doing a lot.
Okay, have you got your scale of hardness there easy to get into?
Never leaves my side, yes.
Rick has got this one. More scale of hardness.
Yeah.
Small potato. Is he a good option after the buys? What does he look like?
Let's have a look.
What is his role, though?
Oh,
I don't know, and I
potato.
don't know if it matters.
it's as a defender, it's a good run. It's a good run.
Right.
As a defender, from now on, if Jack Sinclair is playing as a defender, I'm just noticing here, he does not play one team that would be deemed as hard or mega hard. Not one.
For the rest of the season.
He has Geelong in round 23.
It's ages away.
It's a long way away. There's a lot of green there, Roy.
Crikey.
So just a little, there you go, guys. Ooh,
That is a hot tip.
it is. And that's what I can bring.
I'm going to have to change
It's getting
my Duncan
expensive,
to
though.
Sinclair.
Yeah. He's that 8:30 bracket.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's all right, though. James has got this one. Is Connor Rosey better than Sam Walsh?
Yeah, but they're both worse than Zach Butters.
Yes. Butters is just getting it done every single week.
Yeah. Can I just say one thing? So I'm not falling totally on my sword with this because, I mean, you just have to look at Brownlow votes over their career. Walsh probably got 3 times more than those two put together. But as of this moment, Butters is the best out of the 3 of them. And the thing is that those two playing in a good team at Port Adelaide, Walsh has never had that.
No.
He's had to carry absolute potato sacks around his whole career. I think he would flourish at Port Adelaide as well.
I think he
but
would.
yes, I'm willing to wear at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah. Butters, Rosie, Walsh.
Interesting one here was from Darts Mule. Why did I captain Tom Green? Where was he on your list? Was he on your list, V8?
Definitely not in the top 5.
So
But he had a match up to suit. Like, that was
It
North
should have
Melbourne.
been. Yep.
So-
Shields, though. Shields is someone you've got a flag on that.
Yeah,
There's a
the
bit of
problem-
A4 paper
Yep,
with
mate.
your one colour pen at the moment.
He's a
When
problem.
we get him back, he's red.
We'll get you a red
access
pen.
to the red. He'll write Shield.
So, who does he go to this week then? It's got to be a McRae, doesn't it? Or a Treloar. You can't go to Bond. You can't stop him. It's an interesting one.
It is an interesting one. He might try.
Yeah, he can't stop Bond.
He can't. What's with Bond being so big and strong
Just-
at the moment?
So good. So he's got it 116 in his last 6.
You've still been loading up on him for the Brownlow.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Robbo is talking here about, could you, so this is on that Tom Green one, could you trade out Tom Green for some creative cash gen? So he
Creative
dropped
cash.
39k this week
Yeah.
off the back of that
It was
73.
pretty rude.
So his break-even's 142. He's going to be sub 900 before we know it.
Yes.
Obviously got a buy coming up, so he could be a manoeuvre. See, what do you make? 100k to Lachie Neale?
Jeez. I just don't
Would you
know
do
about
something
that.
like that?
I can't tick that off. Roy? I
Look,
can't tick off that.
I can't.
He's averaging 111.
Yeah. So are we backing that in? So it's not about what you've done, it's about what you're going to do from this point
So
forward.
before that
15,
73,
108, 111.
he's been good those last 3 weeks.
God, I forgot he had a 170.
Yeah.
170.
And a 136 and a 128. He's
No.
only had that bad game there was a bad one, and it was a heavy tag.
Heavy
Forgive.
tag. It was at the bottom of Mount Wellington.
Yep.
Okay, we forgive him.
We
No
forgive
trade
him.
for you.
No. Forgive. Forget.
Should have gone over to Dark Mofo and just grabbed a bit of roasted pig or
I
something.
wonder if they did. Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Warm up near the fire?
Had to have.
All right. Lance just wrote help.
Yeah. And I'd like to help you there, mate. Sort of drowning myself.
Sherwood's got this one for Roy. How many mini concussions were there this week after Walsh's last week?
Yeah, he did cop one bump, actually.
Did he?
Yeah, and I thought that's not going to help the lingering
Had to.
effects that they've hidden all week. No concussion this week, but still suffering from last week. He was their best player. He top scored for him.
Yes.
35 touches.
Yeah.
It was just there, yeah, I know. No tackles.
Well, where's his captain, mate?
He usually tackles.
Oh, Cripper's not helping him.
Cripper's not doing anything.
Nope.
At least he's not getting suspended.
But no hidden extra concussions this week.
No, good.
Rightio. Risky trades for Sam here has had 17, so needed to make some adjustments. Merrett to Brayshaw. Oh, can't do that, can you? Warple to Wanganeen Miller and Day to Fife. Thoughts?
Nah. No, we can't be ending the bye.
Warble can definitely go.
Warple can go.
Day, maybe, but you're not going to fight for
No,
him.
that's my worry.
And Merrett, you might as well hold him. Well, you would have been holding him. He's not suspended, so...
Unless
gotta
it's
hold
Daniel Merrett. No, you can't do that one either. Thanks. Cow.
Well done.
that. John,
Jeez.
thoughts on Jarman Impey post-buy as a stepping stone? Low break-even and a 3-round average of 113.
Impey?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Actually
been
got a message
sneaky.
the other day from
Did not realise that.
our mate Paul in Perth. Basically said one of his mates, where was he? 2 rounds ago, a mate of mine had 600k. For some inexplicable reason, he bought Jarman Impey because that's all he could afford. Toby and I made so much fun of him. He got about 118 last week, and he's doing well today. He's the one
124.
laughing now.
Yeah, 124, 118 are his last 2.
Oh, gosh.
He's 700k.
A lot of people have done well there. The guy that bought in Impey and the guy who hasn't been blocked by Warnie. Both going well.
Who goes first, Day or Weddle? It's got to be Weddle.
It's got to be Weddle.
But he's been all right, hasn't he?
Weddle's been good. I'm happy for people to offload Day. I'm doing that. You can get rid of Day.
Okay.
1 ton, and it was his highest score was a 101 in his last 7.
I just fear that people are going to end up having a backline that looks like mine
Okay.
in round 16.
You're allowed to get rid of Day if you're going up to somebody better.
Coming off their buys, who could that possibly be?
Well, Sinclair
Sinclair.
would be the only one I'd tick off.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take that now. Yep.
Would you go Sinclair or Stewart? There's a good question.
Oh, Stewart, I mean. Yes, no, Stewart's my number 1 out of them two. I forgot he's off his buy as well. So Day to Stewart or Sinclair
Here's a question.
is fine.
Who costs more money out of Tom Stewart and Sinclair?
Sinclair.
Yeah, you're right. By
Is he?
about 17k.
Yeah,
It's not much at
not
all.
much at all. I still go Stewart.
Yeah, so do I. I thought Stewart would be more money than that.
Yeah, no, he's low. He's
Right,
bargain.
our lights are switched off on us.
Yes.
We are talking in the dark here now, which has been what it's a little bit like on a Monday game show.
It's tough. Tough gig.
It is tough, but we've got through it.
Yeah, we've done well too, I
I think
think.
I've debriefed after...
Do you feel better for it?
No, because he's still sitting in my team.
Oh, you're still
I
just
made up that
blaming one
trade.
person for this.
He's actually out this week. I think I said
Yeah,
McGrath's out.
No,
But it has to be.
same.
Has to be Daniel
Can't.
Rich, even if he's named.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Andy McGrath can live again.
No,
Man, my team is a
still-
mess.
No, you can't.
It's a mess.
No, you're right. McGrath's way better.
Right, get ready for round 14. Thursday night footy again. As you said, Calvin, earlier, it's a 7:40 start. So
Better.
best way to get ready for that is by tuning into us on Thursday night for AFL Fantasy Live on afl.com.au. The AFL official, AFL Live official app.
I've switched
Have
off,
you
mate.
forgotten these?
It's way too late
already?
for him.
No, I know where it is.
You've been yawning. It's making
You know
me
what
yawn
I'm
too.
thinking about?
Oh, you just said you're now. I've confused.
Yeah, but you know what I'm thinking about? I just can't get it out of my mind.
What?
My new pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to buy you one.
Yeah.
It'll be the happiest day of your life.
Yeah.
And you've actually got some work to do with it
You're
because
going the old school.
you are losing
Yeah, it needs to be.
to these
what I
people on
feel
their high horse week after week.
Yeah. Nah, come back, cow.
Come back out.
Yeah.
That's
what
what it
they
is.
call me.
The buys are all about resetting.
Yeah.
You reset
Right.
and you go strong.
Get a pen, get to work.
It's not about your bad picks in the first half of the year. It's about your good picks in the second half of the year.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to afl.com.au, the AFL Live official app for all of our content. And yeah, we'll see you on Thursday night, getting ready for round 14. Hopefully it's a good round for you. Get as many green dots as you can without ruining your team, because that's going to be an issue for some of us. See ya.